everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Oh my goodness, this weekend went so fast, and let's get right to it because so much exciting stuff happened on General Hospital. So, at the hospital, Anna goes to see Dr. Maddox, and she tells him that she told somebody else about what was bothering her and it didn't help. I wonder why. So she also talks about Duke and how, they had true love that endured the years. And, how while she was screaming at Julian Jerome, they were, trying to save Duke's life, and obviously they didn't. But then she also tells him about the conversation she had with Carlos at the pier and how she shot him. Like, she just tells him everything, which I gotta have respect for her for. And Anna says that what she did was murder, and that's why she can't sleep. And she feels drained now that, she feels so drained now that she could sleep for a week. And Dr. Maddox like, well, that's progress. And Dr. Maddox is going to keep her confidence and treat her and not turn her into the police, which I think is really great. And she tells him that someone else is holding this information over her head, though. So we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to, guilt and stuff. The session is over and she leaves. At the cabin, there's a shot in the woods. Morgan shot a branch, and now he's yelling at Kiki because Kiki's like, oh my goodness, who did you shoot? Kiki can't find Morgan, so she tries... okay, so Kiki does get through to Michael, but Michael isn't getting there fast enough. So she tries calling Carly, and Morgan catches her. Morgan sees that she called Michael, and she lies and says that she got voicemail, but she talked to him, and we'll get to that in a second. Morgan questions her, and he's like, I'm trying to keep you safe, and she tells him to put the gun down because that's just making her nervous, and he does. So then Morgan starts, kissing her and touching her, and she clearly doesn't want any part of it, but she's so afraid because he's so, volatile right now. At Sabrina's, Michael and Sabrina are packing up her apartment because she's moving into the Quartermains, and he asks her why she canceled the sonogram, and she says how the sonogram would make the baby, too real, just like all the pregnancy tests did, and it would be more of a chance of loss. And Michael asks, is it me? Is it because of me? And he says he knows what it means to be a father, put the child first, love them unconditionally. And I have no doubt Michael would make a great father, but, I don't know. Anyway, so, and Sabrina, she should just, get, I don't know, I guess a DNA test about the baby. I don't know. She's just stressing so much when there is a chance Michael could be the father. But anyway, Michael gets a call from Kiki that Morgan needs him, and Kiki gives him good enough directions to get him to the cabin and tells him not to come alone. And surprise, Felix was at Sabrina's apartment. I don't know if he was helping them pack or if Michael didn't. I don't know. But she tells Felix she wants to tell Michael the truth, and Felix offers to cancel his plans with Donny for Thanksgiving and spend time with her, and Sabrina says that's not necessary and everything will be fine. At the boxing gym, Carly and Sunny share concerns about Morgan, and Carly's concerned Morgan is headed to a manic episode. Carly tells Sunny about how Morgan took off at the hospital when Franco was arrested, so he didn't get a chance to see the psychiatrist. And then Michael comes in and tells them where Morgan is. Michael and Carly leave to go after Morgan, and Epiphany is there for Sunny. Epiphany empathizes with Sunny and talks indirectly about her son. And Sunny does bring up that, she's grieved a son, and he, doesn't know, how he could ever do that, because, you have to be such a strong person. And Sunny blames himself for Morgan having bipolar disorder, but then he clarifies this in the end scene, so just let that sit for a second. Back at the cabin, Michael, Carly, and Max arrive. Good thing Max is there. And Morgan freaks and says they're not getting Kiki, and Carly says they aren't here for Kiki, they're here for him. So Kiki tells Morgan that she called Michael because he's in trouble, and Carly tries to talk to him. He doesn't want to get evaluated, he doesn't want to go to the doctor, and he tries to push her away by, again, putting losing Avery on her, which we all know is just ridiculous. But Carly makes a deal with him that she'll back off if he gets evaluated, and the doctor says he doesn't have bipolar disorder, but Morgan doesn't bite. And Michael blocks the door. Morgan struggles with him. Max grabs Morgan from the back, and they subdue him. And, he's like, well, Kiki wants to be here. Kiki wants to be here. And Kiki's like, no. And he's like, I hate you. Yeah, it's ugly. At the pier, Anna sees Carlos's ghost. And at Cassadine Island, Jason wants to know how to get his memory back. And he finally draws the conclusion that the car took his memory, not Helena. And Jason asks the $1 million question, who knew he was Jason and when? Da 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 da. So Helena is eating this whole thing up. She can't get over all the irony in the room with everybody in there having different motives. Like, she loves it. And then Liz tries to put a stop to Helena talking, and Helena doesn't like Elizabeth and calls her out on her innocent flower charade. Helena starts to tell Jason what he wants to know, and then her words start to stutter and she stops. And I was going to say something on Friday, but I didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't. But I bet you anything that Nicholas put a little something called a little poison in that tea he gave her on Friday. And I should have said something, but I was like, no, you're being cynical. He wouldn't poison his own grandmother. That would be going too far. I was right. I need to just start saying, no matter how ridiculous, I vow that I will say my prediction, no matter how ridiculous. So the doctor comes in and, Liz tries to resuscitate her. The doctor comes in and says Helena's gone, and Nicholas tells him to revive her, and the doctor says, like, no, she has no resuscitation. Nicholas says, I don't care, and the doctor's like, no, she's gone. So they all leave Nick and Helena alone, and he says, I assume you didn't think it would end this way. I certainly didn't think so either. That's so cryptic. That, like, does that just refer to, well, I'm sure you didn't think you would die in a room full of people who wanted to know stuff from you, because you know what, that's exactly how Helena would think she was going to die. But I think it was, I assume you didn't think you would die at my hand, and I didn't think you would either, but here we are. So Nicholas tells Sam and Jason to leave, since there's nothing more for them there, and Jason says, why do you seem so upset? You're the one that killed her. And in that moment, we were all Jason Morgan. And in that moment, we all were happy he was back, because that's the voice on the show that we've been missing. The one who just calls it as they sees it. The one that we are all on the couch that we're like, he killed Helena. And then Jason's like, you killed Helena. And I'm like, we are all Jason Morgan. Somebody make a shirt. I will buy it from you. So Elizabeth defends Nicholas, which again, I don't know why isn't that sparking more red flags with Sam and Jason. But Jason calls him out, and Nick tells Jason that Nick says that the Jason he knew wouldn't be wallowing in self-pity, and Jason grabs him and, like, kind of attacks him and, like, pushes him. And in that moment, we all wish we were Jason Morgan. Although I do have to say, Tyler Christopher, how he's been playing Nicholas lately, I've kind of been loving it. He's turned more into that character that, like, I love to hate as opposed to annoys me. So props to Tyler Christopher for making Nicholas like a love to hate character, at least for me anyway. I don't know, have you felt like in the past few weeks, I don't know, maybe it's new writers, but I kind of like this little edge of pop that Nicholas has been having, do you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so at the end scene, we're already at the end scene, this is so exciting. Anna finds Carlos's bracelet or something that says Carlos and Sabrina at the pier. But she saw his ghost, right? And there's a knock on Sabrina's door, and she's like, oh, Michael. And then she opens the door, and, it's Carlos? Like, it's Carlos. Carlos isn't dead. Which is really awesome, because I remember saying back in May when they killed Carlos, and then, like, they had his ghost, and I was like, I love Carlos's ghost. I'm actually gonna really miss him now. Like, as opposed to, like, yeah, I miss anyone they kill off, but, like, I, like, really felt like I was gonna miss him after he did the amazing job being his ghost. But now that Carlos is back, I'm, like, really excited. Like, I'm happy. I'm confused because I didn't see it coming from a mile away, but I'm happy. The doctor tells Nicholas that Helena had at least a few months left, and this was so unexpected. Oh, I wonder why. Elizabeth tells Jason there's no answers here and literally drags him away. Literally drags him away. Nicholas says some nice final words to Helena. However, I guess for Cassadine's it's nice. Although I doubt they're his final words to Helena, because I don't know. I don't see them writing Helena off the show until like she has to be off the show. You know what I mean? Sunny more. Oh, here we're picking back up on Sunny. I've had this weird cough. It's not. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, so Sunny more blames himself for the attitude about bipolar disease that he passed on, or disorder. Sorry, that he passed on, like how he would feel it would make him feel weak, or like, you know, how he didn't like want to take his medicine, or like stuff like that. His more than like actually like passing on, like, you know what I mean. He says it a lot more eloquently than me. That did I just say eloquently word? I don't know. But that's why I do this on the couch, and he has like a job in acting. And then Morgan says that he hates Kiki and she betrayed him, and Michael and Max are literally like kind of dragging him out of the cabin. But I have to say, I really thought someone was going to get shot by Morgan. So I'm really happy that didn't happen, because I just kind of foresaw Morgan shooting someone, like Carly or Michael. I really thought it was going to be Michael. I'm not going to lie. I really thought he was going to shoot Michael. Not that I wanted Michael to be shot, but I just thought Morgan's going to shoot Michael, and then Sabrina isn't going to tell Michael that the baby might not be his. But that's before I knew Carlos was alive. So that whole plan changed in the last 2 minutes. But in any event, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean so much. And real fast, I have a link in the description to a YouCaring campaign to save our animal sanctuary. If you could please check it out. If you could even donate $1, it would mean so much to us. We've done so much social media campaigns with it, and if everyone who had seen it had donated $1, we would have been done like a month ago. No, more. Like, we have so much awareness, but if you could share it, it would mean so much, because you know what, sharing it just has to see the right people. And so thank you so much. But so please check that out, and I will see you tomorrow from a German hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.